Hello and welcome to my review of the 2005 Japanese Grand Prix, and I have to admit I have never watched this GP before in my life, and it was amazing. Just quickly, I have to talk about the protests happening in America. Racism is evil and completely unreasonable. Me and all of the F1 community stand with you in the fight against racism. Black Lives Matter. Now let's just have a moment of respect for the George Floyd protests and what happened to him and many other people. Anyway, moving on to the video and my driver of the day. Well, it's very hard. Alonso had the best maneuvers of the race, but of course Kimi Raikkonen winning the GP it's really between Kimi and Alonso. I feel it could go either way for any of them. Of course, Alonso having the more impressive maneuvers, but then again, Kimi Raikkonen made Ron Dennis dance on the podium, and that is the only time I have seen Ron Dennis so happy with a win. So I'm afraid for all you Alonso fans out there, the win of driver of the day, my driver of the day has to go to Kimi Raikkonen, and it's well deserved. And now for the race highlights. Of course, Montoya's crash kicking off the safety car and the race, giving Kimi Raikkonen debatably the win. Of course, Alonso's massive overtake round 130R around the outside of Michael Schumacher has got to have a mention. The most impressive move I have seen for ages, maybe in my entire time watching Formula One. Of course, Kimi Raikkonen's charge to the win has to be mentioned, and Alonso having to give the place back to the Toyota, and bad from the stewards there not making their mind up quicker, but of course Fernando did end up on the podium. He possibly could have got the win if he hadn't had to give the place back. And of course, let's now look down the results. Kimi Raikkonen came first. What a stunning race from him. Fisichella unlucky not to win the race, and Alonso got the last podium position. Webber did a great job at defending, and Button unlucky not to win the race. Coulthard and Michael Schumacher, then Ralph, and then K-Lion Massa. Sorry for any bad pronunciations. I am not of the era that this race took place on. So, of course, I'm going to make some errors. And Villeneuve came 11th, followed up by Barrichello, who was unlucky to end up going wide on the first corner. Then Santo, Montreal, Dornbos, I think that is. And then Kovalainen, Alberto, there's Pisonia, maybe. Truly and Montoya. Sorry for severely messing up some pronunciations there. I know I have, and apologise for that. Just you're gonna have to get used to me making these sorts of errors, as I do them all the time. Anyway, that has been all in this video. I have been Ben from the F1 News Squad. That was an utterly great race. I'm sorry to have only watched it this time as a first time, so this is my reactions immediately after the event. Anyway, I've been Ben out.